upgrade time, during the upgrade time, system, the sum tool will prompt you to ask the missing the node implementations. There are the multiple nodes we may have to implement it in the systems here, right? So in that case, select the node. So select the node, which node we have to implement it. So go to system, go to system here. Okay, go to the system, go to the S node. We discussed S node is the transaction code to implement the nodes. Okay, just load the nodes here. Go to, since we don't have any backbone connections in our plate here. So what we can do here, we can just go ahead. What we can do here, we can upload the node. Normally we have to download the node. It will directly download from the service marketplace. Then upload the node here. Upload the node here. Just you need to just go to here, and we have the nodes are there in the SAP nodes here. So not the SAP node here, SAP, then S nodes. So here check which node you have to implement it, that related text file. Just only that related text file you can
So
import it
no
here.
need to log in with DDIC.
DDIC, no, it's not required.
Okay, I have login with DDIC users. That's why.
DDIC is not possible actually. Why? Because
Yeah,
so
due
with
to
the
share of.
DDIC we cannot implement any nodes or anything. Customer changes are not applicable for DDIC. See, multiple
Oh,
people I think they have already loaded. Let's
yeah,
check.
I have loaded.
Okay, super. So let's check which one you are trying to implement it. So select that one. Okay. Then click on the implement the node here. Okay. Implement the node. So normally you may get the RFC error. You may get the
Yes, correct.
RFC error, but that you can ignore it. Why? Because that always refer to the SAP backbone connection, SAP OSS backbone connection here. So this is only just information, which means it's not the error. Okay. It's giving the information only. Just you can click on the OK button. Then click on the yes. Okay. Then so it will ask you to create the TR. So object. So which means as part of that node, this object is going to implemented in our systems here. Okay. So checking this one. Yes, the node has completely implemented here. Right. So one node has been implemented. Then going with the second node here. Then go to the second node here. So in the second note here, go to the here, then so just to upload, check the note. It's already uploaded, not. So it's already uploaded. Then select it, then click on the
I have.
then trigger button, then note will be uploaded here. The note will be uploaded here. So all the nodes are implemented, once all the nodes are implemented here, so if all are there here in itself, in the SAP itself, see, so we have SAP here, all the nodes are there here, all the nodes are there here. Just implement the all the nodes here. So once implemented the all the nodes here, yes. So transport request it is asking, then add into the transport request or create the new transport request. That is fine. Okay, so that is completely implemented here. So like this, so we need to implement all the these 30 nodes. We have to implement it. Once done, click on the next button. Then it will take you to the next steps here, right? Then it will take you to the next step, next step, next step, next step. So this is the sum tool here. So now I will give you so the overview, entire the final overview of the sum tool, what exactly happens in the each and every step here. So two nodes we implemented, we have the 31 nodes here, right? Again, we have to start from here. These nodes we have to implement it. So this is the sum tool, some version, right? What we are updating, some components we are updating. So these are the logs are available here, and also the task list, what task is running and everything here. So you can see the some utilities schema. If you want to change this color schema and everything, different colors, you can just change the colors here. So some utilities are very important here. So in case of we want to optimize the some parameters, some process parameters or everything, the above uptime, how many para process downtime, how many process you can optimize it here. So then you can also just to evaluate, just to do the analysis, some analysis here. Some analysis means here. So each phase, how much time is running here. Now you are in the extraction phase, how much time it is executed, 12 minutes. Then configuration phase, how much time it is executed. Then, so each and every time, how much database initial, so 14 GB, 22 GB. Then finally, when the upgrade completed, how much DB size got increased it here. All the details, it will be recorded into the sum utilities file here, right? But main thing is that we have to progress all the activities that we can do it in the offline. Offline we can progress, that's not a problem. Okay, offline we can progress this all these activities and everything here, offline activities here. Okay, so that is the some activities here which we can do. So the next one, okay, these are the offline activities which we can perform it. So you can progress the activities and everything here, right? So now what I will give you, the what exactly happens in the sum overview here. Enter each and every phase, what will happen here, right? So here, suppose example, you see this is our host. This is our host here. This is our host example. In the host, this is your SAP system is running on here. This is your host, and so here your SAP system is running on here. Then here your database is running on here, right? DB, both are in the one host. So SAP means here, so kernel. SAP means here kernel. SAP kernel. So SAP will run on the kernel, right? Like I can say like, so original means your NW1 system. NW1 is running on so kernel. So that's why I mentioned like original kernel here. All right. So then the next one is like a repository here. Repository and source repository, and these all are the application tables. Application tables in the database level. So this is called the source repository, means original repository. This is original repository. So this means application tables. Application tables here. Okay, application tables here. So application tables. Okay, fine. So here, your SAP is running on here. That is fine. This is our current SAP NW1 architecture. Okay, so our SAP system is here. You guys are connecting to the SAP system, then doing the work here. You guys are connecting to the SAP system. You are here in the SAP screen. You are doing the work here. So this is the SAP here. This is the SAP. This is the DB here. Okay. So now what exactly happens here? What exactly happens here? So you are planning to start the upgrade, means updating your SAP systems here, right? So in that case here, so you use the sum tool here. You use the sum tool. Sum is the one of the tool that you will download it, sum tool. Then here for the sum tool you download it here. Some tool is required, the host agent. These all are the operating system level tool. These all are the operating system level tool here. This is the host agent. This is the some tool here. Some. Okay, host agent and sum tool here. So here sum tool you started, you register the sum tool into the host agent, then host agent, via host agent it will connect to the your SAP system here. Via host agent it will connect to the your SAP system here. That is the main thing here. Via host agent it will connect to the system here. So this is the thing here. So sum tool will not directly talk to the your NW1 system, your SAP system here. Via host agent only it will talk to the your SAP system here. That's what it's happened here, right? That is what here it is happened here. So then, so once it is, so it is connected to the here in this case here, right? So then what happened? You started the sum tool via host agent. It is connected to the here. Then you are planning to do the upgrade here. So in the upgrade sum tool you started, you have opted the scenario selection. You have opted you need a shadow system concept here. Shadow system concept means same as a copy system, the shadow system is created here. Same as like original, your shadow system is created here, right? So here we have the first phase is the extraction phase here. Then configuration phase here. Configuration, extraction, checks, and the processing, then execution, then the post processing, right? Post processing here. So these are the roadmap steps we have in the sum tool here. You started the sum tool, you selected like we have the three scenarios: single system, standard, advanced, which we have seen yesterday. Then we selected a standard scenario. Standard scenario means here there is a shadow system will be created here in the standard scenario. So standard scenario we connected, that is done, standard scenario. So then once the standard scenario, so that we have given, then extraction phase. In the extraction phase, what exactly happens here? It will scan your downloaded patches here. It will scan all the patches. It will validate the system status. It will validate the system status. It will scan all the patches and everything here in the in the in the extraction phase here. In the extraction phase, so it will scan, it will extract it, it will ask the passwords. So these are the minimum activities it will do here. Nothing will happen into the systems here, right? So just it will, so whatever the softwares you have downloaded, whatever XML file, whatever the system status component, these three, it will validate it, it will extract the files, and it will copy the kernels into USR, SAP, SID, SUM ABAP, EXE. Under the SUM ABAP, EXE, it will copy the files here. It will copy the files under, so means kernel files. For the shadow system preparation activities purpose, some will copy the kernels here under, so SID, SUM, ABAP, EXE. It copy all the kernel files here. This kernel files it is copied. Where it copied? From original NW1 EXE to here it is copied the kernel for the shadow system preparation activities purpose. Since you opted a standard here, right? So that is what it will do in the extraction. Then configuration phase here. In the configuration phase, when we go for the configuration phase here, what exactly happens in the configuration phase? So configuration of the parameters here. So here one of the important thing is the configuration of the parameters. Parameters means, so uptime, how many process, downtime, how many process, then so SPDD transport request, SPAU transport request, any CTS plus transport request, missing note implementations or anything. So all the things will ask in the configuration steps here. So that is what it is asking in the configuration steps here. So here in the configuration steps, it is asking all the information and everything here. Here, one of the important thing to remember is here in the in the configuration step. So here, so configuration of the parameters here. This is one of the step important configuration of so parameters here. Here, above uptime, how many, and downtime, how many process we have to select it, uptime how many, and downtime how many process we have to select it here. Then SQL process also, then uptime and downtime how many process. Downtime means when the system is down, how many process here. Then R3 trans, how many process here. Then R3 load, how many process we required. So these are the, we have to choose it here, right? So uptime, how many above process you required here, right? So suppose if you have the 5 background work process, then uptime 5, then 5 plus 2, 7, we can choose it, or 5 plus 5, downtime also 5 or 5. So you can choose it here, right? So means number of this parameters equals to the how many process we have to set, means your BTC parameter, how many number of BTC values are there, means you have the background work process, that many number of process you need to choose it here. That many number of CPUs you need to choose it here in this case here, right? So that is the main thing here, right? So that is the so one thing here. Then second one is the SQL process here. SQL process means, so here this scenario, this formula is like a, so 1 into number of CPU cores, 1 into number of CPU cores here. Suppose if your CPU cores are 6, then 6 process here we need to choose it here. If CPUs are 8, then 8 CPUs we need to choose it here. Depends upon the number of CPU cores here, right? So this is also number of CPU cores only here, right? So 1 into, so 1 by 2, so 1 into 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 2 number of CPU cores here. CPU cores here. Suppose example, your number of CPU cores are 6. Then uptime 6 process. Then downtime 6 plus half 3, 9 process we need to choose it here. 6 plus half, right? So then, so 9. Yeah, 6 plus 3, 9. Total you need to choose it here. Right? So then R3 trans also 1 into number of CPUs. This is also same as SQL process. But R3 load 3 to 5 times of number of CPU cores here. 3 to 5 times of number of CPUs. Suppose your CPUs are so 6, then 3 into 6. Then 8 CPU process, 8 R3 load process we need to choose it here. So suppose you choose in the different way, then later if you want to adjust it, go to the some parameters here, there some process parameters here, you can adjust the parameters here. See, so here 8 parameters, 8 plus, so 8 parameters here, 8, and downtime 8 plus, so 12. Then SQL process, then R3 trans process, then so R3 load process here. So 3 into 8, actually 24 also we can make it. So 12 and 64 by default it's taken. So this process will influence the entire some runtime, runtime timelines here. Runtime timelines means some execution, starting of the percentage to ending 0% to 100%. Some will execute this one here. Okay, that is the one thing here, right? So that is the some execution parameters here. So here, so that's what it will ask in the configuration steps and SPDD, SPAU step. If any transports, then CTS plus transport request. Also in the configuration phase here, one of the important thing is like, so you should not have any failed update records and MCEX queues. That's what we discussed, right? Three steps. Those things we have to clear it. Then some tool will check that one here. Then immediately it will go to the checks phase here. Checks. So checks phase, the mainly it will check the free space for your free space at application level, database level, file system level. It will check the free space. Nothing will happen in the checks. Checking the free space, any inconsistency, any inactive objects or anything, it will cross check in the checks phase here. It will cross check in the checks phase here, right? That is what it will happen in the systems here. Then next one is the pre-processing. Pre-processing here. In the pre-processing here, pre-processing means here pre-processing and executions are the main phases here. In the pre-processing here. So pre-processing, what exactly happens in the pre-processing phase here, right? The pre-processing, what exactly happens here. So parallel to your original system, some tool will create the one more SAP system will create in the application server level. That is what we have to write. Shadow system. Shadow system means copy of your original system here. Some tool will create the one more shadow instance, shadow SAP system. Then in the database level, it will copy the shadow repository. Database level, it will create the shadow repository. It will be created here. Database level, it will create the shadow repository and everything here. Right? That is what here it will create it in the pre-processing. Because these two steps are the main steps here. These and all the preparation steps and everything, nothing will happen in the system. But pre-processing is the main step here where it will start creating the one shadow system. Shadow system means here there is a, so I can say here SHD kernel. So shadow kernel, it will use it here, shadow kernel. So then this is the shadow repository, SHD repository here. Repository contains the programs and everything here. It contains the shadow repository and everything here, right? Shadow kernel, shadow repository here, right? So here, original repository, then shadow repository here, original repository and shadow repository here, right? So here, what we are doing here, so means parallel to your main system, some will create the shadow system here. Some will create the shadow system. Some will create the shadow system here. So in the pre-processing phase, what will happen? Parallel to your original system, some will create the one shadow repository in the database level, shadow instance, SAP system at application server level. Then shadow will be started. Then then it will copy the, why? Because shadow system is created here, but it's empty data. There is no data in the shadow system. Then what it will do? It will copy the data from the original repository to shadow repository. During this time, your repository will be locked. Repository will be locked here, right? Repository will be locked from the original repository, shadow repository. Your repository will be locked here. So this what will happen in the pre-processing phase here. Yeah. Original repository, shadow repository. While copying the data, here repository will be locked here. Why? Because suddenly, if any one of the developer will change the object version here, then here we have the one version in the main system as the one version here. Shadow means exactly same as is, right? Same to same as me, and then one more person. So shadow Ravi person will be there. So which means, so directly your sum upgrade directly will have not happen in the main system here. So the shadow system, it will happen it for that one. It created the shadow system here, shadow repository. Then it's connected. Then data copy will happen to here. Then once the data copy cloning the tables from your original repository to here, then it will start the shadow system will be started up and running. Shadow system will be started here. Then shadow system will be upgraded to the latest patch level. Whatever the patch levels you have downloaded, it will updated first into the shadow system here. This and all the things will happen in the pre-processing phase. Pre-processing phase, what will happen? Shadow system creation, shadow repository creation, then copying the data from the original repository to shadow repository, then shadow system starting and shadow system upgrading the shadow system. Then so this and all the things will happen in the shadow system here. Once the shadow system is started here, so then here we have to perform the, so once the shadow system is upgraded, then before going to the execution phase, this is the downtime phase. So while operations are running on here, your main system is happy. Nothing changed here. So means nothing is happening. Users can log into their main system. They can do the activities here, right? Nothing will happen. So that's why up to pre-processing, we will run it in the weekdays, then execution, we will run it in the weekends. So because it's a downtime phase here. Up to pre-processing, shadow system is upgraded, we will log in, validate it, and the developers will log into they will perform the SPDD adjustments here. SPDD adjustments, they will perform it here. SPDD and SPAU adjustments, they will perform it here. These are the modified SPDD, SPAU are the modified objects here. The first, so it's kind means they will do the adjustments. Developer will perform this SPDD, SPAU here. So SPDD means data dictionary objects. So which mean, so where the support packs, your new support packs which are overwriting the changes or anything, that will be, they will adjust it here. They will adjust it here. The SPDD, in the technical upgrade, SPDD, SPAU phases will come. There you need to involve your developer here, right? So data dictionary objects, which means data elements, tables, structures of the latest copy. So then those things will comes under the, so data, they will perform it here, right? Once they have done it, then so we have the execution phase here. When you click on the execution phase here, what will happen? Your main SAP system, when you click on this button, your main SAP system will be stopped status. Why? Because here you have the actual downtime here. Why? Because so here shadow is upgraded. Now everything is green. Now you want to copy the data back to the previous here. Now that is the purpose. While copying the data to from here to here, your main system should not be up. Here our SAP system will be down, and this is all the upgraded data. Then all the data will copy back to the your original system. Then application tables also will be updated to the latest structures and latest information. These two things will happen in the execution phase. In the execution phase, your shadow, the updated data will copy from the shadow to main system, and application tables will be updated here. Application tables will be updated to the latest patch levels here. Application tables will be updated to the latest patch levels in the systems here. This is what will happen in the execution. Only these two activities purpose system will be down. Then once done, then in the post processing, what will happen? Your shadow will be deleted. Shadow, kernel, repository, everything will be deleted. System is available for the users. Then SAP system will be up and running. Then here the people will perform the SPAU changes in the post processing. After the post processing, they will perform the SPAU changes here. SPAU means repository changes here. Programs, reports, screens, messages, notes, function models, all are comes under the repository changes here. So SPAU, they will perform it here, right? SPDD in the shadow system, after the completion of the pre-processing, then SPAU, that is in the so main system, that is after the post-processing, we have to perform it here. We mean your developer will perform these activities. Developer will perform these activities here. These are the things will happen in the systems here. Okay, that is the entire our upgrade here. So which means the basically some will not directly inject the data into the main system here, the black lines. So it will create the shadow system. Same as like original system, it will create the shadow system, then copies the data to the shadow system here. It will copy the data to the shadow system here. It will copy the data to the shadow system. Then it will inject the data here. It will come to that, it will inject the data here. Okay, this is what it will happen in the entire sum upgrade here. So this phase, this phase, this phase are pre-processing, nothing will happen. Only these two phases are very important in the sum tool here. So that is the reason, see here configuration. So note implementation, checks, all those things, checkings, then pre-processing. Here your SAP main SAP system will be created here. So each and everything will be tracked under the analysis file here. How much time it is running here, how much time you are taking to complete this one here. So from all the information, it will be tracked here. All the information, it will be tracked here. This is the important thing here. The analysis file. So here the database statistics file, analysis file, it will give you the all the information here. What is the CPU load, memory, percentage, all the information will be tracked here. So that is the reason. So these phases are everything will be recorded here. Whatever you are doing, when you stopped it, when you started, when you paused it, when you are completed, all the information will be stored. So that is the sum tool, upgrading the SAP systems using the sum tool here. Any SAP system, we have the common procedure. This is the common procedure we have to perform it here. Okay, so that is the main thing here. So let's do your work offline. So means implementing the notes, progressing the activities and everything. If you want to connect as a group, you can connect it, progress the activities, or So everybody, please divide the notes and implement it, and you can progress the activities here. So with this, so we have some tool also completed. So that's it. And starting from tomorrow,